Hi everyone, greetings from beautiful Greece, and today for our daily readings we are in Revelation chapter 1 verse 9 to 20. And let's just keep reminding ourselves of the purpose of this book. This is a revelation, a revealing, an unveiling of Jesus. I've heard it said that no book reveals more of who Jesus is than the book of Revelation. And John's vision here is of the glorified Jesus. It's not the veiled incarnate flesh and blood Jesus, the Jesus who walked on earth, the Jesus who ate with John as a young disciple, a young man, but it's the heavenly, triumphant, majestic warrior Jesus, a Jesus preparing to return for his bride, armed to banish the powers of darkness forever, a Jesus ready to make all things new. This is the vision, the new vision that John now has of Jesus. Interestingly, the context for this greater vision, this greater revelation of Jesus, the context is worship. John is in the Spirit on the Lord's Day. Yes, he's exiled to a labour colony on Patmos. He's a companion in suffering, it says in verse 9. But he's still observing the Lord's Day, Sunday, as a day for focused worship. It reminds me of the lady I met from North Korea who had been in a prison for being a Christian leader. And in that prison, they would sync up their loo breaks on the Lord's Day to worship together, just for a few minutes at a time. The earliest church, the persecuted church, believers that have placed great value on gathering together on the Lord's Day, even at times of persecution. And just look at the vision of Jesus that John has, the glorified Jesus walking amongst 7 lampstands, representing the 7 churches or regions of churches at this time. Jesus is walking like God walking in the garden with Adam and Eve amongst the trees. Just imagine these giant 7-branched menorah candelabra in the temple. They were echoing back to the tree of life in Genesis. When John sees a vision of the risen, glorified Jesus, he is once again walking amongst his gathered people. The description here of Jesus, which is just so awesome, isn't it? But it isn't a unique vision in the sense that the prophets of old had glimpsed Jesus in this way, like Moses who saw the glory of God in a tree. Remember, the lampstands built like the tree of life, the tree of knowledge in the temple, like trees in the garden, or Daniel who saw one like a son of man, Daniel 7, Daniel 10. Or Isaiah who saw the Lord, Isaiah 6, and his robe, the glory of his robe filled the temple. Jesus is seen here in priestly garments. Like Moses gives Aaron a golden sash. Now this is not Jesus copying what has gone on before. Rather, Moses is echoing the greater reality of what was happening in heaven. Jesus, our high priest, eternal priest, one who always intercedes for us, the one who has offered a perfect sacrifice for us for the forgiveness of our sins. This is the Jesus we see in Revelation. And it says that in his right hand are 7 stars. Now this is explained to John to help us understand the revelation. 7 churches, each with a star, and that star is an angelic being that watches over each church. And I am sure that there is an angelic warrior being assigned to watch over Frontline Church in every church. But just imagine Jesus, his right hand raised, holding 7 stars, 7 enormous balls of gas held together by their own gravity, burning with incredible heat, creating intense light stars. And just sat there in the right hand of the glorified Jesus. Well, not surprisingly for John, this vision is too much. the holy fear, the awe, the wonder. He collapses on the ground as if dead. It's just like it's too much for him. And this same Jesus, eyes blazing fire, feet like bronze in the furnace, this same Jesus takes his right hand, a hand capable of holding 7 stars, and he places it onto John. And he speaks the words over John, "Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid." I don't know who's watching this video today. I don't know your life. I don't know what fear you carry, what challenges you face. But I know this: Jesus is bigger. Jesus is greater than all of those things. And he sees you and he knows you. And today he places his right hand onto you, over you, covering you, reminding you of who he is, the Alpha, the Omega, the victor over death. You do not need to be afraid.